A hero dies betrayed by his own legend and wakes up 300 years later inside the bloodline of the man who sold the world a lie. Eugene Reinhardt stands breathing rage, memories intact, remembering how 5 heroes stormed the Demon King's castle, how Baimut charges like a fool, how Helmo steps in and takes a fatal blow meant for him, how a promise to kill the Demon King is sworn in blood and immediately betrayed. History calls Baimut a savior, but Eugene knows the truth because after Helmo dies, Baimut signs a pact with the Demon King and ends the war, letting the monster live. 300 years pass in fake peace while the dead hero is reborn as Eugene, staring at portraits of comrades who rise to glory while Baimut becomes a worshipped legend with 36 wives. Eugene trains until wooden dummies explode under his fists, his body terrifying even his own father, his patience burning thin. Tomorrow is the coming-of-age ceremony where branch family children are forced to fight without real swords or magic, bound by rules written by cowards. Eugene feels only disgust, reborn as his traitor friend's grandson, shackled by garbage laws, surrounded by lies carved into history. His fists tighten. If Baimut were still alive, Eugene would beat the truth out of him. Tomorrow he tests whether the hero's bloodline can survive what the real hero became. A 13-year-old walks into the Reinhardt main house knowing no one is coming to welcome him, and that alone is the insult. Eugene arrives at the vast castle where only a single servant cleans the halls. No ceremony, no respect, only silence and hierarchy carved in stone. Direct blood members wear the lion emblem with pride, and Eugene does not. Instead, the main house assigns him a beautiful maid who appears at the ring of a bell, a luxury meant to remind him of his place. Eugene shows no reaction because he knows one wrong move means brutal punishment, and he is still trapped in a child's body. He immediately heads for the training ground and trains like a monster, strapping on 500 pounds and thrusting his spear like a dragon. Every movement forged from a past life that never knew rest. Even exhausted, he keeps pushing, and the maid watches in disbelief because no normal 13-year-old moves like this. Then Stein and Ster, the arrogant twin heirs of the main house, approach and demand to know what Eugene is doing. Eugene notices them and dismisses them with silence, their lack of intelligence obvious to him. Stein explodes, furious at being ignored, and orders Eugene to apologize. Eugene calmly complies, saying sorry without hesitation, and that confuses Stein more than defiance ever could. Ster quickly twists the moment and demands Eugene kneel and kowtow. Eugene sighs and questions whether this farce is really necessary. Stein spots a wooden sword on the ground and grabs it, declaring a duel out of false generosity. Eugene warns him not to speak lightly of duels, but Stein mistakes restraint for fear and orders Eugene to clean the carriage, mocking him for the smell of cow dung from the countryside. The insult lands. Eugene's expression turns cold and murderous. He calls Stein an ignorant little brat and steps forward, ready to teach the main house what real violence looks like. Eugene silently removes the sandbag from his arm. It hits the ground and carves a 5-meter crater into the earth. Stein freezes. In that single moment, he understands something terrifying. This was never a fair duel. Panic floods his face and he almost blurts out that it's a misunderstanding. But his sister is watching. His pride seals his fate. Eugene tosses away the second sandbag and calmly says, "Throw your handkerchief." The duel begins. Before Stein's mind can catch up, Eugene is already moving. One strike, clean, merciless. Stein vomits violently as his body is launched like trash, flying so far it's barely visible. He hadn't even finished throwing the handkerchief. Honor never mattered, only outcome. Ster rushes toward her brother, only to stop short at the stench of acid vomit. She glares at Eugene in rage but says nothing. The duel had already begun. By the rules, Stein lost the moment he opened his mouth. Eugene watches Stein struggle back to his feet, mouth still filthy, eyes stubborn and trembling. For a split second, Eugene wonders if he went too far. Then a man arrives. Stein collapses into his arms, crying like a child. The man is Haizar, Stein's instructor. After hearing the truth, Haizar bows deeply to Eugene in apology before carrying Stein away in silence. Later, Eugene enjoys the calm of aristocratic life as if nothing happened. His maid quietly reports that the other heirs will arrive by tomorrow evening. In the shadows of the main house, a scheming woman seethes, the second wife. Her son was humiliated by a branch family, publicly. She cannot accept this. She slaps Stein in fury, restraining herself only because killing Eugene now would raise suspicion. So she chooses poison over blades. She orders her daughter to get close to Eugene. Smile, build trust, wait for the right moment. Because in noble families, the deadliest enemies are never the ones who strike first. Next morning, while everyone else sleeps, Eugene runs with weights, breath steady, killing time the way warriors do. Then the maid panics and blocks his path. The family head has returned. She doesn't know whether Eugene should change clothes or greet him first. Her confusion is almost cute. Moments later, the Reinhardt family assembles at the castle gate. First wife in front, eldest son lied beside her. Then the twins. Then the second wife. The carriage arrives. Family head Gilead Reinhardt steps down, and the first thing he announces isn't punishment or praise. Dinner, with every child present. That's when everyone realizes something is coming. At the table, Gilead announces a change to the bloodline ceremony. No more simple duels. This time, outsiders are involved. A mage from the Red Tower of Yarrow creates a living maze. Different entrances, one center, one monster leader. Kill it, and you win. Winner chooses any treasure from the main house vault. Illusions, magic, pain, everything will feel real. Eugene listens quietly. He's killed worse monsters than this 3 lifetimes ago. Still, he stays cautious. After dinner, trouble finds him. A mountain of muscle blocks his path. The man crumples. The idiot introduces himself as Kugis, bragging about muscles and secret sauce like a street merchant. Before he can finish, a cold voice cuts in. Eating sauce lowers intelligence. Enter Dazara. She doesn't joke. She throws a spear straight at Eugene's feet. An invitation. A test. The duel begins. Dazara attacks first, clean, sharp, precise. Then she freezes. Eugene's aura leaks out. No stance, no opening, no weakness. He hasn't even moved his feet. Hurry up, Eugene says calmly. I'm busy. Insulted, Dazara goes all out. Spears blur, shadows multiply. 300 exchanges in seconds. Steel screams. Then she vanishes. Flash step behind him. The killing thrust comes. And Eugene steps on the spear. Just steps on it. Dazara pulls. Nothing. The match ends instantly. The observing cousin stands frozen. Because now it's clear. This ceremony wasn't designed to test Eugene. It was designed to warn everyone else. Following day, Eugene gets cornered in bed by his muscle-brained cousin and Dazara, both insisting on teaming up, both hearing Eugene say flatly he can carve through the maze alone, leaving the room drowning in awkward silence. 3 days later, 9 chosen children stand before the maze. Roly Beyond releases condensed magic into the air. Raw power visible, touchable, intoxicating. Weapons form from will alone. Stir summons sword flowers that shred the air. The big cousin manifests brute force incarnate. Dazara's spear follows, sharp and merciless. Stein forms his weapon with clenched teeth. Light hesitates, suffocating under expectations. 3 nobodies follow. Last is Eugene, calm, standard sword and shield in hand. Stare asks if he would attack her inside. Eugene checks the rules, compete or cooperate. Family either way. The word family makes Stir blush and smile strangely. Eugene doesn't understand it. Roly activates the necklace that monitors their breaking point. If fear overwhelms them, the trial ends. One by one, they step into the maze. Teleportation splits them apart instantly. Eugene lands alone, memories of past labyrinths flooding back, boredom mixing with lethal focus. He exhales once. He's done playing games. Nearby, his muscle-bound cousin charges screaming, misses his first strike, then bulldozes through goblins anyway, fear non-existent. Elsewhere, the 3 fillers die pathetically to slimes, erased without dignity. Dazara dances against slimes with perfect spear work, lands flawless hits, then realizes too late they're immune, forcing her into a desperate retreat. Stein survives on luck alone, smugly triggering an obvious trap and praising himself for it. Stir slices through a goblin like it's nothing, only to hit a dead end and realize she's lost. While examiners sip coffee and talk talent, Eugene meets a troll. No warning. A fist slams down. Eugene blocks cleanly, reads the recovery window, and explodes forward. Steel crashes, flesh breaks. There's no fear in his eyes, only calculation. The examiners freeze, questioning reality, wondering if this monster was planted. Eugene doesn't care. To him, this is just a warm-up.